Hey guys, just got done with the 1988 sequel to Hellraiser, Hellbound, Hellraiser 2 from Clive Barker. This time it was directed by Tony Randall and it starred Claire Higgins and Ashley Lawrence again, reprising their roles, and Ken Grantham, or Grantham. Um, Going in, when you first start, there is kind of like a kind of slight recap of what happened in the first one. So I'm guessing when it hit the cinema, they thought, oh, we better get people up to date because this is going to directly follow that movie. And to be honest with you, I kind of wish it had been different in a way, but I'm kind of glad it was the way it was. You know, it kind of feels like it's one big massive movie put into one. Like if they'd have cut half of the first one, half this one, you would have had that movie. So anyway, let me yawn because it's 2 in the morning. So, what can I say about? But okay, let's get started. So, from what I can remember, Kirsty's in the mental hospital, and she's in the mental hospital, and she's being looked after by Dr. Shinard and Carl. He's not got a doctor's name. His name is Carl, and there's a detective that you never see again who wants to know what happened. And basically, she tells him everything. Now, the funny thing with this is most of the stuff she told him, she didn't know happened. Like, for instance, she knew that he didn't have any skin on originally, but she didn't know that she was pulling them back and all this to get the skin for him. She didn't know about who was under the floor and all this, and she says practically the whole story. So you sit there thinking, what the hell, you know? So he pisses off. Carl's talking to her. He just says he wants to help. Shanard gets introduced by them calling him in. And he looks like a creepy little fucker. He looks creepy and he looks weird, and well, he's a real good actor. He still acts now. He was in Layer Cake as well as some other stuff anyway. So they all wander off and she ends up sneaking out one time, just walking out of her room, and she sees Tiffany, and what is it? I think it's Carl goes up behind her and says, oh, she likes to figure out puzzles. Nobody knows her name. We just call her Tiffany. She doesn't talk. She doesn't do anything. So that was really handy to see and hear, because you know something's got to happen with the box and with her. So that kind of tells you that it is a bit plot convenient. So then he says, I got you some tablets to sleep with. And she says she doesn't want them or something. He goes, charming, just try and help. Well, he works at a mental hospital. What the hell? He's a mental hospital person. They don't tell you if you're going to take it. They don't ask you if you're going to take it. They give them to you. So then basically she tells him about the bed and about how if somebody dies on it, Julia will come back, but she'll be evil or whatever, like Lord Voldemort will come back. So Dr. Channard, Philip Channard, decides he calls in the mattress. He says, can you do me a favour? I need the mattress. It doesn't need to be in evidence. It needs to be in a mattress. The reason why this is because at the end of the first one, even though he didn't see it, Frank stabbed her, but apparently she didn't die. She died on the bed from the Cenobites. Apparently the Cenobites finished her off. Which is a bit weird, considering she was practically dead when Frank was done with her. So that was a bit. And so you see him going down like this corridor in the maintenance area. Apparently, I think it's maintenance, and there are all these crazy people in there, like one with a cross going, ooh, and then you got all these other people in there. So he finally gets the mattress, and he gets somebody who believes they've got stuff on him, stuff like maggots in their body. So he gives him a razor blade, right? or sorry, a switchblade. Gives him a switchblade. I think it's a switchblade or a razor blade, one of them. And it's a razor blade, I think. Anyway, so the guy starts cutting himself like and he falls back, and Julia's muscular skeleton body, which is different to Frank's, grabbed hold of him and pulls him, and you see her eyes go boom, right? And Shanad's just standing like this for about 5 minutes. But you've got Carl, who earlier was looking in there and seeing all these, like, all the boxes, the puzzle boxes, like 3 of them, in, like, you know, protective stuff, jar things. And there's a picture, I think it's there, but there's a picture of Doug Bradley in human form when he was Captain Elliot Spencer and wasn't Pinhead. So, no, maybe, hold on, I don't know. Oh, no, that's later on. So, basically, Carl escapes after basically seeing her eat this person and become a little bit more thingy. And Dr. Shenard basically puts bandages around her so people can't see that she's not human. And then they dance and they make out together, which is a bit creepy. So, then, flash forward a bit more, he gives her like 7 patients. And she eats whatever she does and gets her full figure back. And the thing that bugged me was like, how the hell is she looking just herself? Very pretty self, might I say. I don't know why, but I thought she was very beautiful. And basically what got me was, how could she be herself? So I looked a little bit into this, and it seems to be that because Frank was trying to hide from the Cenobites, he wore Frank's skin. He didn't just end up Frank. He wore it. As Claire Higgins' character Julia, she was kind of like the queen or something. There's a point where they say she's the queen of hell or something, and basically she can be herself. So that's good. So then you get Carl, when you get Kirsty going in there. She finds the picture of Captain Elliot Spencer, aka Pinhead, aka Doug Bradley. And he goes upstairs and she goes, "Oh, I don't want you looking in there." And her name's Julia goes, "I don't want you looking in there. It's horrifying." So he goes in there, she shuts the door, and she ends up kissing him and going, "I'm Julia." And she sucks him out and basically, he dies. And then Kirsty walks in and goes, "Ah, no!" Right? And then I think, then Shenard comes with little Tiffany and says, "It's my time now. Do what you promised," basically. So basically, they end up opening up the doors of hell, I guess. And she goes, and they go through it, and Kirsty goes through it because she gets confronted by the Cenobites. And there's some good scenes here because you get her reconnecting with Frank, where he's been tormented by dead women on death slabs covered with white sheets of blood all over them, who constantly tease him, but he can never touch them. That was quite a good touch. And then Harry was still trying to get off with her, which I think is really creepy. Then you got the carnival scene with Tiffany, which was really well done, I thought. And then they just went through the corridors and hold on. And then Tiffany and Kirsty, they kind of connect. And Kirsty's going to, what way? What way? And it's like 8 doorways, like 8 tunnel doorways to go down. And you're like, give the girl a break. She can't be that good at puzzles. I mean, it's different holding a puzzle, like a Rubik's Cube, and messing about with it, knowing to choosing what corridor to go down. You know, it kind of reminded me of the Cube, in the fact, you know, in the Cube film, where, what corridor? No, what one? Down, up, side, left, right, you know. So, they're going around, and you've got Claire Higgins' character, Julia Cotton. She's basically going, "I'm the queen bee," and she's going around telling Shenard around, and he's seeing all these pleasures and all these torments going on. And then she takes him up to this bit where there's like this spinning thing in the air, which just looks like 2 pyramids, but one upside down, one the other way. So there's probably a better term for it. And She goes, "Oh, I showed you everything you want," and you know what? They let me go through the different worlds because they wanted me to bring them souls like yours. And she pushes him into this thing where it sticks these injections into him, like this box, and it does this thing, and he comes out of it later on looking like Pinhead, right? So without the pins in him, and he gets this big monster thing on his head, and he starts flying around, woo, you know, and he attacks people with these spines. And there's one bit where his finger comes out of one of the socket things, and I honestly thought it was his penis. I honestly thought it was his penis. I can't believe it. I thought, what? Why has he got a penis waving at this little girl? I had to rewind it to realise it was supposed to be his finger. So he basically goes after him, and then there's a bit where Kirsty and Tiffany go in the room, and it's full of chains of hooks on, and you've got all the Cenobites in there, like you've got Pinhead, you've got, you know, Chatwin Teeth one, you've got Butterball, who looks like James Johnson of AKA My DVD Reviews, and you've got, I can't remember the woman's name. I think she's got a weird name, but I know this is a woman's name. And basically, oh, here we go. Female Cenobite, her name was. Female Cenobite. Well, that was original, wasn't it? So, he's going, "Oh, we got all the pains in here for you now, Kirsty. Nowhere to go." And she goes, "No bargains, just evidence or whatever." And he goes, "Wait, let's look." And she goes, "You were human before." And he goes, "No, we weren't." And she gives him a picture, and he goes, "Someone else." And she goes, "No, that was you. You were all human before." And this is the point where I'll get the Candyman 2 thing again, with the whole bringing humanity into it. Why make these characters human? Why bring in the human side of them? We don't want the human side. We want the darkness. We want the terror. We want to be terrified by them. You watch the first Candyman, ooh. You watch the first Hellraiser, ooh. This one, it's just like Candyman 2 on the whole thing. Oh, I've got a heart, I've got a soul, I've been hurt, for some reason I've been singing. And he goes, "I remember now." And you see him go, oh, I forgot, at the very beginning of the film, you see him opening the box as Captain Elliot Spencer, and the pins slamming in his head and that. So basically, then Shenard Cenobite comes in and goes, "Ooh, it's going to be a fight, is it? Ooh," and he kills them all pretty quickly. Female Cenobite gets hit in the neck, and then she turns into human form, and you're like, "Oh no." Chatwin gets it up against the thing. It turns out he was a kid all along. He was just a child. Butterball gets in. He was just a fat slob, you know, a fatty boy, you know. I can say it because I'm overweight. So, and let's see what else. Oh, Pinhead. He gets his pins taken out, and then he turns human. Looks at Tiffany and Kirsty. Goes, "Right," and then he gets killed. So Shenard's chasing him. "Ooh, I'm coming for you." Ooh. And basically, in the end, he gets decimated. You know, he gets beaten, and it's because Kirsty puts on the skin of Julia because her skin came off and she vanished. So basically, she put the skin on and made out with him while Tiffany was figuring out the cube. The special effects in it, as much as people have said they're not that great, for an envisioning of hell, I actually think they're pretty good, because you can see some truly horrific things in the movie. Some really shocking things, you know, give you nightmares. I mean, Doug Bradley was awesome as always, and Ashley Lawrence, is it? Yeah, Ashley Lawrence. Woo! Thought she was good in the first one. She made this one even better with her acting. Claire Higgins, again. Oh, there's this great scene where Frank says to her, and he's in like, because he gets burnt, he's in like this whole skeleton form again. And he goes, "Come here, I own you." And she goes up to him, she pulls his heart out of his back, and she goes, "Nothing personal, baby." And it was like getting him back for the first movie. I really loved that. I thought that was excellent. So the film was really, really good. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was great. I had a lot of fun with it. I don't think it was as good as the first one, just barely. Not as good, you know. I think it was just, I'd say like a point 0.5 under. I wouldn't say it was that bad, but the whole making the characters humane again, I hate that. You know, people like Pinhead are supposed to be terrorists, it's supposed to make you fear being sadistic and vile and wanting pleasures in other people's pain. And then you think, oh, he's a human. Oh, he was a human after all. Oh, the human side of him's still there. We don't want that. What is it, Clive Barker making these sequels have people that have a human side to them? I bet you have Nightbreed. I bet if Nightbreed had Nightbreed too, they all turned human. Or they had some sort of human side that came out. It's just terrible when they do that. That ruined the part of the movie for me. But yeah, the movie is pretty good. It's a lot of fun. It was made in 1988, so you can let something slide, like some of the CGI obviously is terrible. So, you know, because of the time. But I enjoyed it. I thought it was great. I don't think it's as good as the first one. If I had to rate them both, I guess 4.5 would be for number one and 4.0 would be for number two. I could easily watch this film again. I could easily watch number one again. But in my view, you need to watch them together. I think, like someone else has said on YouTube about how sometimes you might need a little break because there's a big recap. I do agree with that, but I think if you watch them together, you kind of remember more of the storyline that happened anyway, and there's bits that are missed out. But anyway, it's a good movie, a 4.0, recommend it. Get both the films if you haven't seen them. If you have, let me know what you think about them. Thanks for watching this great 1988 film by Clive Barker. Woo!